Hey, New Lifers, just a couple of quick things as we move towards next Sunday and this very positive move that we're making of a new start time, 10 a.m. A couple of things. First off is I actually believe firmly every single one of you want to make a difference in the lives of others. I believe that about you. One of the things that we can all miss sometimes, though, is how the small things can make a big difference. And connected to that, I want to make a very specific ask of you, and then I'm going to explain why. The ask is that from now on the weekends that you're not already here early because you're serving or setting up or whatever the reason may be, for those weekends that you wouldn't naturally be here early, that you arrive into the parking lot no later than 9:45 a.m. And here is a very specific example why from just this last Sunday. There is a young 20-something guy that just moved to Wichita. He's in the Air Force. He just got stationed at McConnell, and he wanted to find a church, so he Googled church, and he ended up finding us. And so he came this last Sunday, and like most guests and visitors, he was here not right on time, but actually a little bit early. So he arrived here, and there were just a handful of people in the lobby, but then when he came in and he sat in the room that's behind me, he was only one of about 2 or 3 other people in the seats. Now you could imagine how awkward that had to feel for him. We don't want that to ever happen to anyone. See, this is one of those ways where this very small thing of you just being physically present and being here physically present, at least 15 minutes before service starts. Again, besides what that does for you and the rest of our community, this is a small thing that makes a big difference when it comes to guests and visitors. So please, I want to ask you to partner together to get here early so that your presence, just your presence and your energy, whether or not you ever speak to a guest or visitor, it's going to make a difference, more of a difference than you know. And that first impression, those first few minutes are huge. So please make that a priority. The other thing is, I witnessed something and then got more details. I was so excited by it. I was actually watching the live feed as we were traveling, and I saw somebody right at the beginning of the service, the first part of the first song, kind of cross over the aisle to the other side, talk to somebody, and then both of them ended up coming back. Well, what I found out was one of the young women connected to New Life, whose name I won't mention, Courtney, she actually saw a new person, a guest, sitting on the other side all by herself. So actually got out of her seat, walked over, introduced herself, and invited her to come over and sit with her and her sister. That was so awesome. That is exactly the kind of community we want to be. So I just want to say, way to go, Courtney. And for all of you, because I've seen several of you, especially after service, you make it a priority to go and talk to new people and to guests to make sure that they feel welcome, that they matter, and that they belong. So way to go. For those of you that maybe you just really haven't thought about that before, or you kind of got your friends here that you connect with, I really want you to follow their example. When you see new people on the front end of the service, if they're all sitting all by themselves, invite them to sit with you. If you see new people and the service has already begun, feel free, go introduce yourselves afterwards and connect with people. That is just an awesome, awesome way to let people know they matter and that they are desired here and that they can belong. So those are the 2 things I wanted to fly by you as we get ready to make this change this coming Sunday. Please be here no later than 9:45 a.m. beginning this next Sunday. And way to go, every single one of you, and especially you, Courtney, because you're the most recent this last Sunday, of reaching out to new people to make sure that they feel wanted and welcome. All right, we'll see you next Sunday.